In this series of lectures, we're going to be looking at some of the origins of Western civilization. And Western civilization in the early era is broken down into several different time frames. And you'll see that many of the textbooks that you're using, as well as the online sources you're looking at, are going to be referring to some of these key areas by sort of a common vocabulary. One thing you'll see then is that in many of the texts you're looking at to support yourself in terms of moving towards the CLEP exam is that you're going to see areas like the prehistory era, where the textbooks will be talking about breaking down time into large chunks, largely based on the kind of technology that we've been able to look at and find historically. You'll see later on that we'll work through some of the early empires of the Mesopotamian area, which is what you're going to call the modern Middle East. For many of you, this is the areas of, say, Jordan and Syria and Iraq and Iran. You'll see then what we'll also in Western civilization do is take a look at one of the first comprehensive law codes. It's Hammurabi's Law Code. It is a vital one from many the centuries about 1750 BCE, before the Common Era, and we'll be taking a look at it, especially as we see how it relates vitally in many ways to some of the concepts we have today. You'll also see that we'll work through several different understandings of early religious development and belief. We'll be looking at various societies and how they have promoted literacy, ideas of gender, childhood. We'll also be taking a look at things like simple archaeological technology, like looking at, say, architecture, looking at the creation of irrigation systems and things like that. We'll also work our way through an understanding of what we're going to have taken in many ways from ancient Egyptian society. We'll be taking a special look at the idea of the pharaoh, a godlike king who was represented on earth in human form, but that was always related to the gods of the sky. Also, we'll take a look at the influence of the Nile. The Nile as a river is going to be a foundation element in Egyptian society and culture, and will in many ways be one of the key elements in understanding the development of that key area of Western civilization. We'll also go back into the area that you're going to be knowing as Israel or Judah or Palestine, also parts of Lebanon, Egypt, and Jordan and Saudi Arabia. We'll be looking for some of the origins and ideas of the peoples of ancient Egypt, who eventually will be called the Jews, but in this time period are referred to as the Hebrews. We'll be taking a look at many of their special elements that have carried through into Western society and culture as well. And we will close this section by a conversation and a review of some of the key elements of other civilizations from the area. The Phoenicians, who are from essentially modern Lebanon. We'll also take a look at the development of ideas that come out of the Assyrian Empire as well as the Persian Empire. And together what we'll do is the course of these 7 lectures will be going in and out of many key elements and ideas and concepts that we'll be building towards the modern day.